Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
PENDREAM TV, memo akwa ba idea by channel na so no show so be subscribe to channel no click bell ni so say the news to wa so nsa betumi aka in term na wati sure so say obe like no comment no share man fufuro so nsa aka yinyina ye ni mo na bo Okudzeto abla kwa eye expose ya oye wo eye National Cathedral because o mai mu ha ne ho na ebe na watching term ni yetete wo news portem especially Paula Adom Okyere show so Metro TV good evening Ghana say Rwanda almost be see National Cathedral na empo David Adjaye Ghana contract money design National Cathedral no na Rwanda for so contract no man for beba bontin government communicators bontin beka say na dia Ghana bogu na empo Rwanda they say nyina enim so mache development as empo ABAB na no na ona Okudzeto sa nhwehwemu na osende Rwanda Development Board for email ebisa omo say no kreso omo be si National Cathedral na omo send a reply na omo kire mu say after time out send omo email there omo contract David Adjaye and omo nyomagin so omo be si National Cathedral bia na anytime of really so who anything of religious development for Rwanda who be obetimi ya message men kata kesi yankwa ne yankwa video no send Okudzeto echirechire mu fa.
Then I see that you've made you actually made an inquiry for clarification on media reports about the Kigali Cathedral project or something.
Yes.
What are the issues?
Yes, so let me start with the response that I've received from the Rwandan government. You recall that a couple of weeks ago, there was this news story making the rounds. I think Nana Komia even brought it to our attention here, that the Rwandan government had decided to engage David Adjaye to design a Kigali Cathedral for Rwanda. And what really disturbed me about that story was the spin that propagandists of the Akufo-Addo regime attached to that publication. So, for example, Paul Adom Okyere went on Good Evening Ghana. I also heard Madame Joyce Ayi saying that, you know, what we are not appreciating President Akufo-Addo for here in Ghana, President Paul Kagame is doing the same, and we have to change our attitude and cut President Akufo-Addo some slack. I couldn't believe my ears what I was hearing, because you see, we're a sovereign state. Even if that report was true, nothing stops us as Ghanaians, as citizens, from scrutinizing what is going on here in Ghana. And for the life of me, I can't imagine that even if a cathedral project was going on in Rwanda, President Kagame will tell the Rwandans that he won't use public funds. He will tell the Rwandan Supreme Court they won't use public funds. And then it will turn out from intercepted documents that they are using copious amounts of public funds. You think the Rwandese will accept that? Do these propagandists actually think that the Rwandan president will decide that even after all the uproar and after an IMF program, they will be demanding $100 million? Do these propagandists actually think that the diversions that we have seen, the conflict of interest that we have seen, the double identity scam that we have seen, which has led to petitions as such, you know, a motion filed in parliament for a full-scale parliamentary inquiry, do they think that the Rwandans will have all of these scandals, this sordid attitude, you know, attending upon their cathedral project, even if it was the case? So I really did not know what they were trying to achieve. I couldn't see clearly what the propagandists were trying to achieve in that direction. Be that as it may, I decided to write to the Rwanda Development Board. Because you see, when I went on the Rwanda Development Board website, there was no such publication. They haven't announced that they are going to build a cathedral.
Before you get to this one, let me ask a question. So, assuming that it was true,
yes,
or it turns out to be true,
yeah,
that indeed David Adjaye has been contracted to design a cathedral for to be built in Rwanda.
yeah.
How will that justify
all the things that
what is happening in Ghana and the issues that have been raised against it?
Exactly.
How I want to understand
exactly
that.
the point I'm making. Exactly the point I'm making. How does that address the issue of no procurement, for example? I raised a right information request to the Public Procurement Authority, and their Chief Executive, Frank Mante, responded that, please, this matter has not come before us. They didn't respect the public procurement law. How does that resolve this matter? The procurement breaches, how does it resolve it? The conflict of interest, the diversions. This week I revealed that the $58.1 million dollars, because in Ghana cedis it worked out to 339 million cedis, $58.1 million dollars retrieved, that they are going to use it to build a cathedral. According to the contractor's report, a copy of which I have here, they received only $22 million, 22.07. Can you believe that? And this is, it doesn't happen in any project where the actual construction is receiving 37.9%. How does a Rwandan cathedral project resolve these matters? Answer to these germane questions, accountability questions that the Ghanaian people were raising, that a member of parliament pursuing his oversight responsibility is raising. I mean, I just don't get it. But you see, this reveals a certain desperation. They're so desperate. All the initial attempts to call us antichrist, Sambalat and Tobias. Recently I saw another headline that is a spiritual warfare, and all of that. You see, they don't want to respond to the issues, deal with the germane matters, the gravamen of the issue. So, having gone on the Rwanda Development Board website and not seeing anything about this project, and following up with the Rwandan media and checking on, because the report said that there was this hearing in the Rwandan parliament. I went on the Rwandan parliament website. I didn't see any such report. I decided to make a formal inquiry to the Rwanda Development Board. I got an initial response on Friday, May 26, 2023, from a gentleman called Ben Gasori, who is a digital media consultant for the Rwanda Development Board. And he, in a WhatsApp message to me, stated emphatically that from the point of the RDB, there is no contract that has been awarded for a Kigali Cathedral, but they will follow up with a formal response shortly. And so on the 1st of June, I received a formal response from the Rwanda Development Bank. As a short response, I can read it verbatim. It says, request for clarification on Ghanaian media reports about an RDB Kigali Cathedral project and an architectural contract to Sir David Adjaye. Dear Honorable Samuel, thanks for sharing this with us. Kindly disregard the reports. Kindly disregard the reports, as the government of Rwanda is yet to communicate or confirm anything about a Kigali Cathedral project. Feel free to engage us or the Rwandan High Commission in Accra, Ghana, in the future for any updates or developments on the country's religious tourism projects. Many thanks. From RDB Communications. And they copied the Rwandan High Commissioner here in Accra, so that they will be kept in the loop. So clearly what was widely circulated is fake news. And I'm quite disappointed that some of the prominent media organizations who fell for this, they could just have run checks. I mean, this inquiry I made, it's not because I have any special relations with the Rwandans. Anybody can go on their website and make an inquiry. or call them. So I'm surprised that particularly media organizations who hardly get it wrong did not just place a call or send an email, which I did, and got a
sometimes
response.
you get some of these things from very reliable sources. Yes, sometimes. So as a media practitioner, I can. You know, the last time I was teasing another, he gave me a doctor tip.
Yes.
Obviously, I mean, you understand. Somebody can say that, oh, a person of my reputation I should have done. Sometimes you have very reliable sources, and then you take these things from them.
Yes.
But Sammy, again, just when I read this, the response to your enquiry, yes, you are right with the conclusions that you have reached. But I read it, and it tells me that there could be the possibility of some discussion around something like that. There could be. What this thing says is that we have not taken any decision. We have not firmed anything. We have not given anything.
So disregard the media.
So disregard it. But there is a possibility that perhaps there are some discussions ongoing. And I say this because obviously the issue about Ghana's cathedral is global news. It's gone almost everywhere.
That's true.
Major media platforms have picked it up.
That's true. Al Jazeera, New York Times, Financial Times.
And so obviously,
of London.
if anybody wants to build a cathedral or wants to engage in religious tourism, and they are looking at designs, perhaps the Ghana design will come to mind. Whoever did the Ghana design, whichever architect or architectural company did that, will obviously be in focus. So there could be a possibility of any discussion with the architect or the architectural company. So I'm just saying that there's a possibility that there could be some discussions ongoing with David Adjaye or his company or many other architects. Yes.
Well, interestingly, on his website, when the Ghanaian discussions were going on, he put it out on his website. But on this Rwanda matter...
What did he put on his website? You mean the Ghana one?
The Ghana one. It's even still there. They've won a contract. Anytime he wins a contract, when you go on his website, it's there. This Rwandan one, it's one of the websites I checked. There's no such publication on his website. But you are right. Indeed, if you follow the Catholic Church of Rwanda, they've been battling with the Rwandan government for a while about a cathedral project.
Relocation.
Some relocation, which the Catholic Church has been pursuing. And you know that Paul Kagame has been concerned about charlatans taking the landscape and all of that. So when it comes to religious matters, he's very strict. It's one of the countries where you must really be certified, go to Bible school, you know, have some theological background before you can be given a license or allowed to open a church. And he's closed down, everybody knows, if you follow that country, he's closed down thousands of churches. So yes, in terms of the Catholic church development, there is something like that ongoing. But the fact of the matter is that those publications which were categorical, which were emphatic, that the Rwandan government, the Rwanda Development Board, has awarded a contract to David Adjaye to construct a Kigali cathedral. They are saying that that is not accurate. We should disregard the media reports.